You know the scene, right? It's the middle of the night. Your dog has a perfectly good bed, probably a very expensive one, and yet, there they are, spread out like a starfish, taking up 80% of your mattress, leaving you clinging to the very edge. Okay, let's get into this, because what looks like a simple quest for comfort, it's actually one of the most incredible stories of trust and biology on the entire planet.
Yeah, I think we both know the answer to this one. It's pretty much a universal experience for so many of us who own dogs. But have you ever really stopped in that sleepy moment to wonder why? Why do they do it?
It's this familiar and, okay, kind of funny nightly negotiation we go through. But behind this whole battle for the blankets is a really profound question. What is your dog actually trying to tell you when they choose to sleep right there, right next to you?
Now, the easy answer is always warmth. And, it sounds reasonable enough. But if warmth was really all they wanted, they've got plenty of other options. A sunny spot on the floor, a warm pile of laundry, a comfy couch. No, the real reason is so much more fascinating, and it goes way, way deeper than just temperature.
So here's the absolute crucial point. For any animal, sleep is the most vulnerable state they can possibly be in. I mean, every instinct inherited over thousands of years is screaming at them to find somewhere hidden and secure when they're about to be unconscious. And yet, your dog walks right past every quiet corner and chooses to lie down right next to you.
That choice isn't random at all. It's a core principle of what's called attachment psychology. They are actively, consciously seeking closeness to their safe person at the moment of their greatest vulnerability. So it's not about being clingy. It's about them telling you in no uncertain terms that you are the safest thing in their entire world.
Now, what's really, really cool is the research that backs all this up. So a study in Hungary adapted the exact same attachment test they use for human infants and applied it to dogs. And the results, they were absolutely stunning. They found that dogs form an attachment bond with their owners that is functionally identical to the one an infant forms with its mother. They seek closeness, they get distressed when we leave, the whole thing.
And this right here just shows how deep that bond goes. A full 61% of the dogs they tested were classified as securely attached. Now get this, that's almost the exact same proportion that scientists find in studies of human toddlers. This isn't just some casual friendship, we're talking about a deeply ingrained psychological bond.
But hold on, because it gets even more amazing when we move from psychology into chemistry. Because this bond, it isn't just in their heads. It's literally flowing through their veins. And, well, through yours too.
Okay, let's talk about oxytocin. You've probably heard it called the love hormone. It's that powerful chemical your brain releases when you feel close to someone. Well, a landmark study in Japan back in 2015 measured levels of it in dogs and their owners. This is the same stuff that floods a mother's brain when she first holds her newborn. And what they found was just extraordinary.
They discovered this totally unique, self-reinforcing loop. When a dog and their owner just gaze into each other's eyes, oxytocin levels spike in both of them. The dog's goes up, the owner's goes up, which makes them want to gaze more, which then releases more oxytocin. It's this incredible feedback loop of affection that, and this is fascinating, does not happen with human-raised wolves. This is something that evolves specifically between us and our dogs.
All right, so now let's take this one step further. Let's zoom out to a scale that's almost hard to wrap your head around. Because this habit of them sleeping with us, it isn't new. In fact, it's an ancient ritual that goes back to the very, very beginning of our partnership.
Think about this. Dogs are the only animal we domesticated before we even invented farming. About 15,000 years ago, the friendliest wolves started creeping closer to our camps, and over generations, they became something new. This isn't just a history lesson, it's the foundation of the bond you feel in your living room today. And we have powerful physical proof of just how deep this connection was. Archaeologists in Germany found a burial site from 14,000 years ago. Inside, there were 2 humans, buried right alongside 2 dogs. But it's one specific detail that changes everything. This one, it honestly gives me chills. One of the dogs had clearly been deathly ill. For it to have survived, someone had to provide round-the-clock intensive care, nursing it back to health. So even 14,000 years ago, these were not just working animals, they were beloved family members.
So, okay, we know why they do it, but what's really fascinating to me is what this ancient behavior does for us. The story isn't just about the dog, it's also about the human on the other side of the bed.
So get this, researchers at the Mayo Clinic found something that sounds totally impossible. They used these clinical-grade sleep trackers, and they confirmed that, yep, dogs objectively disrupt our sleep. We wake up more often. And yet, the human participants almost universally reported feeling more rested and more secure. How is that even possible?
Well, the answer is a process called co-regulation. A recent Finnish study found that the heart rate variability, which is a key measure of stress and relaxation, of dogs and their owners actually synchronizes when they rest together. Your nervous systems are literally getting in tune with each other, creating this deep sense of calm that can actually override those minor physical disruptions. And this brings us to a really crucial practical takeaway. Because this behavior is so deeply ingrained, a sudden change is a powerful message. If your dog, who has slept with you for years, suddenly stops, you need to pay attention. It can be an early warning sign of stress in their environment, physical pain, or in older dogs, even cognitive issues. Their behavior is their language. So as we start to wrap this all up, let's just come back to the simplest, most powerful truth of all. Every single night, your dog makes a choice. They don't choose the quietest spot. They don't choose the warmest spot. They choose you.
Everything we've looked at, that ancient history, the unique brain chemistry, that profound psychology of attachment, it all funnels down to one simple, elegant, and really powerful conclusion about that warm weight that's pressed against your legs in the middle of the night.
That is what they're telling you. Not that they're cold, not that they're just being needy, but that in the entire world, at their most vulnerable moment, you are their safe place.
So the next time you wake up teetering on that last inch of your own bed, maybe you'll see it a little differently. They chose you out of instinct, out of chemistry, and out of 15,000 years of shared history. What kind of story are you and your dog going to write together tonight?